Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Roblox reaction. Today we have my first TDS listen, and it's Catharsis. Funny how this worked out. I was actually going to do a different song, and then I happened to see the comments. I scrolled down a little too quick, saw all of the comments that had my name in it. I was like, what the? Do people just really want me to get to this song, or like what? And then reading a few of them, I'm like, oh, this is like a remix of Catharsis, the song from this. So I figured instead of listening to what is effectively a remix of a song, I should listen to the first original version of it at least, and then we can go from there. Maybe I'll listen to the other one or listen to a different one. Whatever the case may be, I'm starting here today. And also, if you can hear the crusty audio, I've got my AC running, so that's why. So just sorry about that, but it's just the way things go when it's really humid in the US right now. So without further ado, let's go! I'm really hoping this is good and not overhyped. I've seen so many comments asking for an original TDS song. It had like 800,000 views on it, so I really hope the quality matches that view count. Ooh, oh. Okay. It's been a minute since I've heard a song from Roblox that has like an actual library being used instead of like a freebie one. There's a lot of attention to detail in the synths used especially, but the drums as well, great sample choices. There's some really good free stuff out there, don't get me wrong. But a lot of people making music for Roblox stuff just don't put the money into it. And they don't have to. But it is nice to hear something different. It's got a little bit of a stank to it. It's got attitude. I really like it when songs have attitude. I think that's just the choice of sound design, really. I'm also hearing what could be like a Mixolydian or a Phrygian scale in there. Kind of hard to tell. It really does have a nice attitude. I love that. I really do love the feel of it. It's crunchy. It also has kind of like a funk quality to it. I don't know if that was intentional, but it kind of does. All right, a little bit of a break. These always scare me because it either gets really good or it just kind of comes back mid. I I love that sample, by the way, what I think is a ride cymbal, that like bell in there. Really, really dark tone, allowing it to like really ring out. Again, just another quality of the attitude. It's gotta bounce. Like, obviously, it's just kind of sitting on a 4 on the floor beat. But like that synth on the upbeat, dun, dun, dun. Yeah, that's so. This is very well made, very well constructed. It's just fun, you know? Well balanced with those frequencies. Like having that really high one, that could go so wrong if you're not careful in the mix. This would work really well for like looping. They wrote it very intelligently for that. It's not exhausting to listen to, even though you can tell things are being copied. Really nice to have that like pan snare in there too. Just like that extra reverb and crack in there. Just, again, more attitude. This song is all attitude. Like, one of those tracks you just kind of can't stop moving and grooving with it. You just kind of get lost in the feel. Oh, and it just ends there. Okay, I thought it was gonna like fade out or something eventually, but hey. Okay, so I always say when a song loops and I can tell, that's fine, but it's whether or not I get bored with it that makes it good or bad. And this song, I didn't get bored of. Like, I started maybe feeling like the first twinges of fatigue at the end of the track. But before that, I was just chilling. So that's a really good sign. This was very well done. This is one of those songs that doesn't really have too much going on with music theory stuff. I will be talking about a few chords, but largely this one is just kind of vibes based. This happens a lot. Electronic music, we've been through this before, I talk about it all the time. Electronic just likes to favor that 2-chord structure. It's easier to base things around and kind of float around, have a lot more solo stuff going on, a little bit more like interluding sort of notes, and that's totally fine. This song is mostly A minor and E flat, and I think it might actually be like the lower one. You know, having that sort of a relationship there. And we do have other chords that are in this song, of course. We have C, we have D minor, we've got a little bit of B flat, and a normal A in there, not A minor, like I said earlier. There's also this A in here, and I think that that is what I was thinking might have been like a Phrygian scale, and it kind of could be applied in that way, but I think in this way it's more like a blue note, because A minor is like our root, so to speak, and then we have the A in there that kind of acts as this like in-between. That kind of fights against. It just, like, it's in there as like a way to kind of shake things up a little bit, and it fits really nicely. And I think that choice of having that note in there does kind of add a little bit more of that stank that I was talking about. This song is, again, very vibes heavy. It's just trying to get this like kind of dirty, gritty feeling across, and it does that extremely well, mostly through the choices of synth, the snare choices as well. There's a lot of like dirt in this. There's a lot of distortion happening here, and this song really does like root itself in that characteristic more than basically anything else. The rest of the song, like I mentioned, is mostly A minor and E flat, and that's like the bulk of what's going on. So when you do step away from that, like during the middle of the song is when we have those chords I mentioned earlier, those like other ones, the C, the D minor, etc. It focuses more around those for just a little bit, but then it goes right back to the usual of the A minor and the E flat. This is just the movement of the song. You have to change things up in order for it to get stanky again. You gotta have chord progressions that are going to break apart that monotony in order to come back. Kind of like what I was saying with like how electronic music favors the A minor and the E flat. That's just a thing you have to do still. Even when you want to favor that, you need something to break it up. That's why the solo things work, when you just have scales all over the place, when there's synths doing little lead stuff and having melodies, just sometimes counter melodies, just fighting against each other to keep intrigue in the song. Because honestly, if you were to just sit there and go, you would get very boring very quick as a song. So you have to move things around and make sure that the song itself is moving around with you. It's just a matter of when is the important part here. And I think that for this song, just sitting in those chords for the majority of it is fine. But when you want to move the narrative along, you need to move it along. You have to have other chords involved. But I think the real hero of this song, what makes it more unique, is the qualities that the composer brought forward in the sound design. Having a lot of that dirt, a lot of that grit, all of that distortion is extremely valuable in a song like this, because if you want the song to feel a little bit nasty, you gotta use things that sound a little bit nasty, things that have a good texture to them, things that are not smooth like a standard synth, just really clean and clear, nothing going wrong. You need to add a little bit more of that. You have to have things that are shaking around and vibrating and scraping up against each other in order for that to happen. And this is something that everyone has used for ever, you know, like even back when we were just doing jazz, you know, back when people had trombones and trumpets, you had people who learned how to play them by adding a little bit of extra texture in them to add that extra stank. That's part of the character that came with it. They did it in classical music as well, because eventually just playing it as written and as the song is kind of demanding a normal note, the ear is going to want change. The person is going to want an evolution. It's just a natural form of being human. We kind of crave that. We crave something different and new and unique, and textures are a thing that universally people can go, ooh, you know, when you hear it, you know you like it. And for this song having so many different layers all attributing to that texture overall, it's just a really good track sound design wise. They really got that down, and I love that aesthetic here. I wonder if the rest of TDS is like that, or if it's just this one song. I assume it's not just one, because Enthrallist, the composer and producer of this one, also did the other one, so I figure that that texture and that characteristic is going to be present throughout their music. That's just a thing that comes with people. Some people like to use it, some people don't. It becomes kind of part of your identity as a musician. Do you want to or don't want to include things like that? And then sometimes there is that moment, kind of like I mentioned earlier, where even the people who do things that are super clean and just crystal clear, polished, pristine, will eventually throw in a little bit of distortion just to throw their listeners off. So Enthrallist might have a lot of that texture in there, but there also might be a few songs in their discography that is purely clean. You know, I don't know. I've only heard one to my knowledge. I don't think I've seen the name Enthrallist before, so that's new, and I am excited to hear more. So if you have something else you want me to get to from this producer, from this game, because I figure Enthrallist probably did a lot of work for this game, let me know, and I will definitely try to get to it. But obviously, I think I'm done yapping about this one, so thank you all so very much for watching, and if you want to see any of those, you want to follow me and support me and all that, you know how to do all that, and I will see all of you in the next video. Goodbye!